All right, so we are going to be playing Merry Crisis. It is being developed by Monsoon Games. And the description on Steam says, after a breakup turns your world inside out, you return home for Christmas, hoping the change in scenery will give you space to mend a broken heart. Instead, the universe serves up a charged encounter with your estranged first love, an unexpected visit from the ex you haven't quite gotten over, and an undeniable connection with the musician next door. As the clock counts down to midnight on New Year's Eve, you'll need to choose. Piece your life back together in America or return to the life you left behind in Singapore. Nice. Alright, this game has an interesting feature where you can determine the identity and gender of the romance options. There are 3 romantic partners, and you can choose their genders, which I think is really interesting. All right, let's do it. Let's play Merry Crisis. Okay. Player setup. Your character is a man, a woman, non-binary. I am a woman, so that's what I'm going to go with. For flashback scenes, your character was born... Oh, okay. I'm cis-het woman. There are 3 romanceable characters in the game, all of them gender selectable. Okay. Huh. All romanceable characters are women, all romanceable characters are men, random selection, or pick for each character. Interesting. Well, what does pick for each character look like? Your very recent ex and flatmate is... I wish they would show the characters on screen when they let you select their gender. So this is Nat. They are a dark-skinned character with glasses, and I kind of like both of the options, but how often do we get to see a black man with glasses? Ever. So I'm gonna go with man. Again, missed opportunity. They should show the characters on screen so you can like visually see who you're choosing. Disappointment. All right, I'm gonna go with man. First love you lost touch with is Q. All right, so this is the first love. These are the options. The femme sprite is on the left and the mask sprite is on the right. I don't know. The one that got away. I'm tempted to just make them all men, but you kind of like Q as a woman, to be honest. All right, so the one that got away we'll go with the femme. And our neighbor's new tenant is Shay. For this one, the femme sprite is appealing to me. The other one's giving fuckboy. Yeah, I think the femme sprite is speaking to me in a way that the other one, it just isn't. So, all right, so our new neighbor's tenant is... Get rid of that. I'm gonna go with a man. Content warning, this game may explore themes of racial prejudice, homophobia, family conflict, and transphobia, depending on the playable character's identity and choices. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, let's go. Let's do it. Display in-game content warnings. Proceed without in-game warnings. Let me see. December 22nd. Okay. You sprint down the street. There had been an early sprinkling of snow 2 days ago, and the streets are still slippery with patches of black ice. It's absolute madness to be running full tilt the way you are, but nobody bats an eye. You've lived here long enough to know that New York City is full of people who are late to something or another. Or they're just rude, but that's what I see. In your case, your flight to Singapore is in less than 4 hours, and you still need to grab your stuff from the apartment. Okay. Run like my life's on the line. Slow down enough to avoid falling flat on my face. Run! You're exaggerating, but not by much. Your mother would probably murder you for missing Christmas dinner. She's already mad enough that you're visiting for only a week. You know, fair. You're still charging down the street when disaster strikes. Your foot hits a patch of ice and you flail frantically in the blind hope of catching a railing. Yeah, I'd have snapped a nail. It would have been a miserable experience for me. Oh my god. Fortunately, someone catches your arm before you face plant into the sidewalk. Okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate this Ebony King? I said this earlier, but we do not get enough Black Magane ever. And like, oh my god, this is doing something to me that I didn't think was possible. I love him already. Like, no notes, just more of this, please. Also, the dog is judging us, guys. We are being judged. It's the little details that really sell these stories. Love this. Ooh. It's Nat, your housemate. We live with him, bro. I know you're excited to come home to me. Shut up. Oh my god. That smile. Oh my god, I love him so much. But running on these streets is not a good idea. Oh my god. Liz barks and wags her tail, beaming at you, but Kehoe gives you a stern look as though in reproach. Yeah, Kehoe is judging us. Aw, I'm never too busy to give the dogs a good pat. Give Nat a quick nod and wait before continuing on. Bro, pet the dogs. You technically have no time to spare, but you've never been able to resist these two. You toss the toy bone for Liz and give Kehoe a pat. Liz scampers off happily in search of the bone, and Kehoe gives you an imperious bark of satisfaction. Nat watches you, gaze lingering, expression hovering somewhere between fond and sad, and something you still don't have a name for: lust. It's always lust. Even now, his voice carries a warmth you've spent the past few weeks trying to forget. Oh my gosh. Now 4 weeks ago, what happened? The breakup had been amicable, mature. Anybody who says that is lying. You'd both simply been moving in opposite directions, or so Nat had put it anyway. Oh my god. Every time I see this man, I fall more in love. He has dimples, guys! He has dimples! Stop! I already love him! Y'all can stop. Damn. You stand in the kitchen of your own shared apartment, reeling from all that had been said and left unsaid. The radiator hisses unevenly in the corner, working overtime to fill the silence. A half-drunk mug of tea sits between you, long since gone cold. You'd sensed that Nat hadn't been happy for a while now, but you hadn't realized that it had gotten this bad. Breakup bad. Wait, pause. This is our ex? Why would we ever leave this? What is wrong with us? Are you even happy with me? Oh my god. I am. Forget the MC. Like, they don't know what they're missing. I'm into this. I want you. It's the pal. Baby, don't look sad. I'm not unhappy, just too busy and distracted. Deep down, I know I haven't been happy. Jesus. You know, I've had this conversation before, and it sucks. Not unhappy, just busy and distracted? Truth is, you'd been so busy with your own career that you'd stopped paying attention to what was happening between you and Nat. Perhaps in some ways, you'd willfully refused to see the warning signs because you thought your relationship with Nat was too good to fail. The last 4 years with Nat, 4 years? 4 years? Oh my god. Wow. The last 4 years with Nat had been some of the best years of your life. Stupidly, naively, you'd had genuinely expected those good times to last forever. Nat reaches over and takes your hand in his, smooth and warm and big knuckled. I don't know why that's funny to me, but like, big knuckled was an interesting choice of descriptor. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. It's a gesture that's so familiar it makes your heart ache. I love you, but we can't keep going on like this. Really? Oh my god. Something sharp and desperate claws at your throat. I'm not gonna force this. I know a dead end when I see one. As much as you wish things had worked out between you, you've lived long enough to know that sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to. You know a dead end when you see one. The two of you stare at each other from across the table. The silence stretches between you. A part of you wants to cling on, but was there anything left to save? That part. Oh my god, this is hitting too close to home. I had to have a conversation like this, and it sucked. But ultimately, it was for the best. A week passes. Are we moving out? You're still living with Nat in the same tiny apartment. You've already packed your things into neatly labeled boxes and you've been scouring websites for apartments to rent. But New York City rent is sky high. That is the truth. As a late 20-something-year-old without much savings to your name, there just aren't many options. I mean, it just happened. Unlike my belongings, my feelings prove a lot harder to pack up and stow away. What does the journal say? Let's see. 4 years of happiness with Nat packed away into 6 boxes, but your feelings don't quite fit. Oh gosh. Why is there so much reality in my visual novel? You keep expecting to wake up curled around him in the bed you once shared, hoping that these past weeks could just disappear like fog on a cold autumn morning. The boxes continue sitting by the door, a reminder of the life you'd once shared. You try to tell yourself that this is for the best, that this is what Nat wants, but you see it in Nat's eyes sometimes. Moments of weakness where he's unable to hide the way he still feels for you. Oh god. This is painful. You can't help thinking that if you could just find the right things to say or do, you might still be able to save this relationship. Oh god, what's happening? The sound of traffic transports you back to the cold street, breath fogging in the December air. It's beginning to snow properly now. Tiny snowflakes settle on Nat's hair, on the shoulders of his jacket. Bro. They're punishing me. Okay, they finally give me what I want, and now I can't have him. I'm gonna brush the snow off his shoulders. What do you mean relationship updated? Before you realize what you're doing, you reach out to gently brush the snow from Nat's hair, tucking a stray strand behind his ear. Okay. Look at that relationship. Oh. The two of you haven't spoken in years, and you still harbor some resentment. Jesus. That's intense. You might still be in love. Friendship and romance. Our romance is lower than friendship, which is fine. And Shay. I could have sworn we picked the femme version, but maybe I didn't. Okay. Junie is just our friend. Our mom. We have a friendship with our mom. Love that. Your papa. Aww. D. The two of you have a decent relationship. Oh, our younger brother. Kehoe! Oh my gosh. We have friendship with the dogs. Oh, the dogs like us. That's so cute. Sorry. Before you realize what you're doing, you reach out to gently brush the snow from Nat's hair, tucking a stray strand behind his ear. You hear the soft intake of breath when your fingers graze his ear. Nat blinks, cheeks coloring slightly in surprise. Oh my god, look at that blush. Oh my god, I love him! You pull your hand back, wondering if you crossed the line. But Nat's gaze is warm, and it makes you wonder if he, too, is thinking of all the winter holidays you'd spent together, making snow angels and sipping hot chocolate by a window. For a moment, you can just about pretend you're 21 again. College seniors, still in love and full of hope for the future. God, this is my life, and I don't like it. The space between you seems to crackle, but the silence is a thick layer of hard-packed ice. It's Nat who breaks the silence. When does your flight leave? 3.5 hours? With a change of expression worthy of an 80s sitcom, all the color bleeds out of Nat's face. Oh. Shit. Need a lift? At your hesitance, Nate waves. I can read, I swear to God. At your hesitation, Nat waves a hand. It's no problem. What's the point of a holiday if you can't even use it to save a... Nat falters a little at this, but soldiers on. A housemate in a time of crisis. Oh, that hurt my heart. Not a housemate. You couldn't even say a homie. Ah, my poor Kokoro. The hesitation when Nat had said housemate makes your heart constrict. Right, like, ah, it hurts. Shake my head stiffly. I can't keep relying on Nat like this. Give Nat a grateful hug. Thank you. How would I repay you? Do you want my firstborn child? I joke. That's the homie choice, right, homie? Give him a hug. Thank you. Mixed signals all the way, guys. You pull Nat into a hug. Nat lets out a small sound of surprise, but a second later relaxes into your arms. You breathe deeply, inhaling the familiar scent of Nat. Oh my god, we're a creep. Like, sandalwood. For a moment, you can almost pretend that nothing has changed between you. The thought brings a warm sting to your eyes, and you step back, blinking quickly. Thanks, Nat. I really appreciate it. Nat's expression is gentle, but you catch a flicker of something you can't quite decipher. Oh my gosh, we're flying out of JFK? Yikes. Nat's one of the few New Yorkers you know who owns a set of wheels. You've spent countless weekends exploring the small towns along the Hudson River, hiking in the nearby Catskills, going on road trips. You'd been driving through the blizzard to Quebec, singing terrible pop songs at the top of your lungs when you first realized how in love with Nat you were. Oh my god. I wish we could have seen that. And not the end result. Oh. At the next stop sign, Nat turns to glance at you. What do you say when your family asks you what you're still doing in New York? You'd expected to return to Singapore after college, but you started dating Nat in senior year, so you'd found a way to stay a little longer. 1 year led to the next, and before you knew it, you'd spent nearly 3 years in New York after graduating. Oh my god. I'd spend a lifetime here. I do miss Singapore. Sometimes I wonder what I'm still doing here. Even without Nat, New York's starting to feel like home. I'm gonna go with that. You let out a long exhale and look out the window on your side of the car. Singapore is where you grew up, but it never quite felt like a life you'd chosen. In New York, with a million other transplants to the city, you feel a little lighter, free from expectations of what you should do, whom you should be. Nat had never pushed you to settle in New York for good, but you'd been considering it. At first, you'd stayed in New York because Nat was there, but as time passed, you've come to think of New York as home too. A part of you still wants to stay in the city, even though there are pieces of Nat everywhere in New York. Restaurants and bodegas and parks and street corner markets that remind you of him, but perhaps you could reclaim each piece of the city if you had to. I've built a life here too. Nat stares at you for a long time, curiosity mixed in with the pain. It'll be nice to still have you in the same city. The traffic light turns green again finally, and Nat starts the car up again. Oh my gosh, this is heartbreaking. See you when you get back? You can't help but think about all the times Nat had driven you to the airport, kissed you goodbye, and told you how much he'd miss you while you were gone. How many things had you done together without knowing it would be the last time? Nat reaches across the center console and takes your hand. Your heart leaps into your throat. There's something soft and unguarded in his gaze that makes you want to lean in. I don't know. Lean in and press a kiss to Nat's cheek. That's a terrible idea. Say goodbye. Mixed signals. Let's kiss him on the cheek. Nat's fingers curl more tightly around yours, breath hitching softly. Even after you pull back, your lips still tingle where it had grazed Nat's skin. The kiss is goodbye and I love you both at once. Oh my god. Can we win him back? I don't know. But I'm gonna try. I should probably get going. Nat nods. You wonder if it's taking every ounce of willpower he has to hold himself back from doing more, wanting more. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your week back home. You slip your hand out of Nat's and get out of the car, heart still thudding in your chest. Why would we leave? Okay, wait. Let me look at this journal entry real quick. I can almost pretend everything's as it was, as it should be. One very long flight later. Okay. All right, it's December 24th, so 2 days have passed. You wheel your luggage into the lift of your public housing block. The doors are about to clang shut when someone dashes towards you at full speed. Stick out a hand and stop the door. Oh god, poke at the alarm button in blind panic. It's crazy work. Calmly press the door open button. Stick your hand out to stop the door. You leap into action, but the lift completely ignores your valiant hand waving. These old lifts have a mind of their own. My elevator in my apartment's like that too. It will close on your arm. And yet I still stick my arm out. Oh my god. Just as you're about to panic, the lift doors clang shut around a booth. Oh! Okay, fam. A second later, the doors jerk back open and the person strolls in, grinning at you. Wow, nearly lost your fingers. For me, appreciate it. Okay, it's giving fuckboy energy. Just like I thought. I could have sworn I picked the other option, but maybe I didn't. Maybe this is what I really wanted. Someone that's gonna ruin my life. Wink, for you, anything. Give the man a friendly smile. Shrug and jerk a chin at the buttons floor. Let's flirt. For you, anything. Wink. The man lets out a low musical laugh at that, then moves in closer to you, dark eyes dancing with amusement. Oh my god, this man is gonna ruin my life. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, stop. He reaches out to press the button for the 11th floor, the one you live on. You put 2 and 2 together. This must be Shay, your neighbor's new tenant, the one your mother complains about in every phone call. The company he brings home, the late night jamming sessions with his bandmates, the muddy mountain bike tracks he leaves in the corridor. You study the man in greater detail as the lift starts trundling upward. I mean, I'm looking respectfully as well. He's wearing ripped black jeans and a sleeveless red tee, which shows off strong shoulders, defined muscles, and tan sun-kissed skin. And full lips. We are not paying attention to the full lips. There's a guitar case slung over his shoulder. When you return your gaze to the man's eyes, you realize you've been caught staring. Of course we were caught! He winks at you. Oh my god. Stop. Don't do that. Like what you see? Shut up. His voice is low and playfully flirtatious, and you can definitely see why your mother disapproves. I'm bringing him home to dinner. Laugh. Sorry. It's just, I've heard a lot about you. Shay, right? We're neighbors. I say matter-of-factly. Blink, brain short-circuiting slightly. Do you happen to flirt with everyone you meet in the lift? Ooh. Yikes. Okay. I'm torn between the last option and the first one. The last one could be kind of playful. Like, oh, do you flirt with everyone you meet in the lift? Or we could laugh and be like, haha, sorry, my bad. My mom just talks about you a lot. probably the wrong choice, but I'm gonna go with, do you happen to flirt with everyone you meet in the lift? Oh my god. Only when they're as cute as you are. Why did I know he would like this? Ah. I'm an expert at wooing fuckboys. You laugh and Shay's dimples flash. He got dimples too? Ah! This man is gonna ruin my life. Okay, let's look at the stats. I wanna see. Not the dogs. Where's Shay? Ah, there it is. Oh, the romance is higher. Ah! It's nice to finally meet you. Your mother talks about you all the time. The one that got away. She watches way too many K-dramas. I'm not even sure she realizes it's supposed to refer to failed romances. Your conversation is interrupted by a loud ding as the lift arrives on your floor. You step out of the lift into the corridor after Shay. Oh, this is nice. Very airy. You spent countless afternoons kicking a ball back and forth along the very corridor with your brother. You catalog the changes since the last time you'd been back home for Lunar New Year. It's been more than 8 months since then, much to your mother's disapproval. For one, there's a new row of thriving plants extending from your family's unit to the one next door. Okay. Shay smiles at you and gestures down the corridor. Wanna be introduced to the fam? Damn, buy me dinner first. You blink. A split second later, you realize that he's referring to his plants. Sure, why not? Shay introduces each plant to you in loving detail. The finicky orchid, the indestructible ZZ plant, and the drama queen fiddle leaf fig. Finally, Shay waves at your family's sad bogan. I don't know what that is. Let's look it up first. I don't know what that means. Oh, those are pretty. Huh. Okay, wait. How do you pronounce that word? Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea.
I didn't even say that right. Bougainvillea. Okay, let's do it again. Say it again.
Bougainvillea.
Okay, I learned a new word today, guys. Finally, Shay waves at your family's sad bougainvillea that has been neglected for years. Sometimes you just gotta get a pronunciation for something. Hey, maybe you could give this poor soul some TLC while you're here. I'm only here for a week. Oh, he looks disappointed. Shay's face falls slightly, but he quickly recovers. We'll make it count. Shut up, you dork. Please leave. I can't. Oh my god. No. I mean, I guess we could have a fling over the holidays. We are home for a week. And we are single. See you around, neighbor. You continue on your way down the corridor to your unit. I'm home. Oh god. Mom jump scare. Wow. Not smack us in the arm. What? Why am I being hit? You should have come back a week earlier or stayed a week longer. 1 week? Pathetic. Not even enough time to binge watch a K-drama. Okay, first and foremost, a week is plenty of time to watch a K-drama, but whatevs. A second later, she pulls you into a brief hug. Bro, this is how my Nana was. She's never been a particularly physically affectionate person, but she does hug you each time you come back home to visit. You return the embrace. In your arms, she feels smaller, thinner than you remember. Your dad comes running out from his room at the commotion. He, on the other hand, has grown a belly. Aw, Dad. There you are. Should have let us pick you up from the airport. No need to waste money on a taxi. He waves a hand at the containers on the table, beaming proudly. I debouched from your favorite stall at Red Hill Market. Aww. Your mother frowns accusatorially at you, taking in your ravenous expression. Sometimes I think you come back for the food more than us. Yes. I'm happy as long as something works as bait. Listen, I 100% would go home for the free food. I'm not even gonna lie. Where's D? He's out hanging with a friend again on Christmas Eve. She makes apostrophe marks with her fingers at the word friend, and shares a meaningful glance with your father. Oh, partner. You take this with a pinch of salt. Your mother has a habit of simply assuming things that she'd like to believe. And yet, she had done the opposite with Nat, continuing to refer to him as a flatmate months after you told them about your relationship. Dang. Oh. I love the trigger warnings on screen. Slight racial prejudice and homophobia. You suppose it was just easier than confronting the fact that you were dating a Black American instead of a Chinese Singaporean. You know what? I appreciate having this in here because parents be having biases. My mom still says with her whole chest that I'm going to marry a white man. And I'm like, why do you say that? And she's just like, I don't know. That's just what you give the vibe of. And I'm like, Ma, I don't understand. But I get it. Still happens. Before you can sink further into these thoughts, the front door swings open violently. Moms are precious, all of them. That's a word for it. Oh my God, is that our brother? Our brother's hot. Words I never thought I would say while playing a game. Our brother is hot. Do not hold it against me. Don't bring this up later because I will deny it, but just saying. Your younger brother tosses his socks and bag by the gate and sachets into the room. Hello? Something smells amazing. Can I have some? No. Your mother rolls her eyes and mutters something about bottomless stomachs, but waves everyone over to the dining room. Elbow my brother, smirking. Mom thinks you were on a date. Nod at him slightly awkward. Hi. No. We used to be close, but we've grown apart since I left. You know what? I'm actually closer to my brothers since we've all moved to different places, so elbow my brother, smirking seems accurate to my relationship with my brothers. Your mom glares at you, betrayed, but your brother only laughs. Your mother's eyes light up with hope. So it's true? I can neither confirm nor deny. Your brother plonks down in the seat next to you. Every time I see you, you look even older than I remember. Wow. That's exactly how aging works, genius. Sucks to be you. Shut up. Oh my God. Someone with siblings had to have written this because this is accurate. At least I'm not the one getting dumber every year. Oh my God. The two of you grin at each other. You'd never admit it out loud, but it's good to see him. For the first couple of minutes, there's only the sound of utensils scraping as all four of you practically inhale the food. It's truly the best thing you've tasted in weeks, maybe months. After the feeding frenzy has died down, conversation resumes. So, how have you been? Tell them about my life in New York. You tell them about your job, a new hole-in-the-wall Chinese restaurant you discovered, and the latest dating disaster that has befallen Kenny, the son of a family friend. It's almost as though you never left. Once you've warmed up a little, you start talking more about yourself and how you've been. You talk about the record deal that you'd gotten, how they'd given the green light on your draft album, which is still on track for a release in the spring. Wait, we're a musician? That's crazy information we should have had earlier on. What? We're like famous. Your parents had never been too keen on you making music for a living, but at this, your mother slips you a small smile. Wow. Your father has been karaokeing to your YouTube channel. Oh my God, that is so cute. It's good, very catchy. Your brother smirks. He sings so loud, the neighbors know it now. Eventually, the conversation turns to Nat, and even though you had intended to tell them about the breakup, you can't bring yourself to in the end. Soon, the food has been polished off. That's real. Okay. You're in the kitchen with your mother, helping to clear up. When you were younger, you'd resented the fact that your mother never really expected your brother and father to help with most of the cooking or cleaning. Why is this my life? But it's for that reason that the kitchen had been one of the few quiet, intimate places that you shared with your mother, a sanctum of sorts. She's always been most comfortable talking to you about difficult topics amidst the cooking, fumes, and sounds of sizzling oil. Today, standing side by side at the sink, you can't help but feel a bit of that old closeness. You know, your father. She stops abruptly and waves her hand at you dismissively, changing tacks. Well, we're both not getting any younger. Oh god, not this talk. She has been saying this for years in an attempt to guilt trip you into returning home, but this time her tone makes you think there might be more to it than she's letting on. Just as you're about to ask her what she means, she shakes her head and turns away. Your mother walks off to tie up the garbage into a plastic bag. When she returns, her expression has softened into a smile. It's good to have you back. I just wish you'd stay longer. You blink, it's classic behavior from her, something almost tender, bundled up with a jab, and all to distract you from what she's been about to say earlier. Okay. Let's see. I missed you guys too. Your mother's smile wavers a little, and she suddenly blurts, help me convince your father not to eat so much oily fried food, okay? My mom would do this with me too. My dad, would always eat the, greasiest, most unhealthy things. And his health wasn't always the best. So my mom would be like, he listens to you. Tell him not to eat da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'd be like, Dad, no egg foo young. Dad, don't eat that. And he actually listens to me, which is kind of cute. But, gosh, this is so nostalgic. You nod, about to follow up with another question, but your mother clamps her mouth shut, a clear signal that it's all she will say on the matter. Right as you head out of the kitchen to throw out the trash, your mom adds tentatively, so how are things with you and Nat? You're not sure whether to be touched or horrified that she's finally recognizing your relationship with Nat now that it's finally over. Yeah, that part. We broke up. Is that a smile? You've never really been the type to go into detail about your love life with your family, but you do mention Nat from time to time, so he features in your phone calls. The news spills out of you before you can stop yourself. We broke up. Oh no, how come? You sigh, wondering how to summarize all the subtle tides that had, little by little, carried you both in different directions. I guess in the end, it just felt like we didn't really belong in each other's worlds. God, that's more painful. You brace yourself, waiting for her to say something about how she told you to date a Chinese Singaporean, but she doesn't. In fact, she actually does look sorry for you, even though her tone is gruff. Huh. Meh, an expression used. Okay, it's gone. With internet, there's still such a thing as different worlds. Meh? You draw in a long breath, then shrug. Honestly, you're surprised at how your mother's actually trying to talk to you. That's new. The two of you stand wordlessly in the kitchen for a while until finally you grab the trash bag and head out. Okay. Just as you're rounding the corner to the shared rubbish chute, you bump into Shay. Oh my god. He's repotting one of his plants in the corridor, humming a little tune as he works. He pauses and looks up as you walk past. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Is he wearing a Knicks jersey? I'm sorry, I can't. That's crazy. Not a Knicks jump scare? Ah! He could have been wearing any other shirt. That's insanity. We're going to talk with Shay and his unfortunate choice in teams. You draw a little closer. Are you singing to your plants? I'm sorry, I cannot take him seriously with the jersey on. Where did he even get it from? After carefully setting the plants into its new pot, Shay straightens and smiles at you. Or to you, if you'd like. Okay, shut up. To your surprise, Shay actually begins to sing the chorus of the song he'd been humming, his voice oak-timbered and rough-hewn. I can't. You're right, it could be the Nets. You are correct, Lee. But like, this was a choice. I'm never gonna be over this. You roll your eyes, but can't help smiling. All right. Save it for the fiddle leaf fig. I've been meaning to ask for your number. I'm sorry. This man works so fast. Click my tongue, teasing. Just like that? No dinner date first? Sure, but if you piss me off, I'll pass your number to my mom so she can rant at you. I think I would go with just like that. No dinner date first? Shay lets out a throaty laugh. I'm playing a Christmas gig tomorrow. Wanna come? Oh, a date? We just met 5 minutes ago and you want me to spend Christmas with you? Oh. What did I say? This man is gonna ruin my life. Great music, drinks on me after. What better way to spend Christmas? Oh my God. Besides, you're the one who wanted a dinner invite. Anyway, no pressure. I'll send you the deets and you can decide later. You nod, mulling it over as you head back into the house. You can already hear your mother in your head grumbling about bad influences who drag you out to wild late night parties instead of spending time with family on Christmas. Okay. After dinner that night, you get a call from Junie, your best friend from junior college. You're back in Singapore? Finally! I stare at a picture of you on my phone once every couple of months so I don't forget what you look like. Aw, that's so sweet and so sad. You laugh. You've been friends for years, so you know just how dramatic she can be. That's creepy. Also, I literally just video called you a month ago. Still, you've got plenty to update each other about. Eventually, the conversation loops around to the class reunion scheduled for the day after Christmas. Not a class reunion, too. By the way, Q just confirmed that she's coming to dinner. Ooh, not the ex, not the one that got away. Your heart twists. It's been nearly a decade since you last seen Q, feeling as though you'd met each other a lifetime ago. God. 8 years ago, not a flashback, guys. You're at a pool party with Junie and her boyfriend, Tech. At some point between the rowdy drinking games and chit-chat, you wander out to the pool alone for a bit of a breather. You get a couple of seconds of blissful solitude before someone else slips out the back door and joins you. Oh my gosh. Baddie. It's cute. You've seen her around in school and seen her name on every single dean's list since the dawn of time. Okay, hold on, pause. It's the black, it's the dark colors for me. Ooh. I'm into her. You know, she's got a reputation for being aloof, but you've never really spoken until today. Needed some peace and quiet? You laugh and raise an eyebrow at her pointedly. Yeah, well, I'm not going to get it now. The conversation starts small. School, mutual friends, favorite bands. Then somehow the momentum sweeps you both along with it. Q listens more than she talks, and her attention feels all-encapsulating. Time passes in a hazy blur, thick and viscous. You keep talking longer than you'd planned to. People occasionally come in and out of the back door, but you barely even notice. For who knows how long, nothing pierces the bubble that forms around the two of you. Oh my God, this is so cute. Eventually, though, the party begins to empty out, and the few remaining people come streaming out of the house. Suddenly, there's a loud whoop, and the host dives headlong into the pool with a massive splash. Why are people weird? A second later, everyone hoots and plunges in after him one by one, cackling and cheering erupts around you. All right, it seems the madness is starting. I'm heading home. You? Gosh, drag them into the pool with me? Nah, let's get out of here. The two of you say your goodbyes to the rest, then walk out of the house together. You linger at the front gate. There are no stars, not that you can see anyway, but the sparkle in Q's eyes is close enough. It seems neither of you want to say goodbye just yet. The motion is so quick, you're not sure if you imagined it, but you can just about swear you see Q's eyes dip down to your lips. Are we gonna kiss? You gonna kiss me or what? Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! Press her up against the house sidewall and kiss her. Take a deep breath and let the moment pass. What? What? Why would anybody choose that? I don't know. Kabe on her. Okay, press her up against the house's sidewall and kiss her. One thing led to another tonight, but you certainly hadn't expected it to lead to this. The kiss is bruising. Q's hand comes up to grip your hips, and the world swirls all around you. When she finally pulls away, she's breathing hard, eyes still dark with desire. Ooh, guys. So, how are you getting home? Want to walk together? You smile, glad that Q had found a way to make the night last just a little longer. Weeks pass. After that, the two of you go back to your separate parallel lives. Occasionally, you'll bump into each other in the hallways between classes, but that kiss slowly fades into memory. Oh my god, really? That is until the final year of junior college. As fate would have it, Q transfers into your class and gets assigned a seat next to you. There's an inescapable intimacy to sitting shoulder to shoulder for hours every day, watching Q take notes in her absurdly neat handwriting. Oh my god, that smirk. It's doing things to me. I can't. As the days go by, the two of you begin spending more and more time with each other after class. Flirt. Keep my feelings to myself. I flirt. You don't have a name for it yet, but every time her eyes meet yours across the classroom, there's a sharp tug at your gut. You find every opportunity to tease Q, to make her laugh. Whenever she smiles or blushes, you feel your heart flutter just a little. Even your classmates begin to notice, and it becomes a running joke in your class. When you ask if it's too much, if she'd prefer if you left her alone, Q flushes right down to her neck. Oh, the blush! No, it's fine. From that moment on, you start thinking, hoping that maybe, just maybe, she feels the same way about you. One afternoon, after cheering on your school team at a football match, you're on your way home when you realize you've left your wallet behind. Oh no, what's gonna happen? It's raining. This is that anime rain. Only sad things happen when it rains. By the time you locate your wallet face down in a puddle at the edge of the field, you're soaked through. As you bend to pick up the wallet, a shadow comes over you. Oh! Oh my god, what t-shirt? It's Q trying valiantly to hold an umbrella over the two of you. The rain's coming at you in great horizontal sheets, and the wind is yanking the umbrella around despite Q's best efforts to keep it upright. Oh my god. The wind here has destroyed many an umbrella of mine over the years. So I know how it's a struggle sometimes in these storms. The umbrellas be fighting for their lives. Thanks, but I'm not sure the umbrella's doing much at this point. Didn't realize you were such a defeatist. By the time you reach the shelter of the bus stop, you're both soaked to the bone and breathing hard from sprint. Oh my gosh, the hair is even wet too? I can't. Q looks down at her drenched clothes, pushes a wet strand of hair out of her face. The bus stop is deserted. The buses must have just gone by, which means there's a long wait ahead. The rain's loud enough that there's no pressure to talk, but Q holds your gaze instead of taking out her phone. As you study Q, you notice that her lips have gone slightly pale and she's shivering slightly. Put your arm around her. Jesus, you look like you're on the verge of death. Okay, warm her up. I might be. What do you mean? Lean in. I could huddle close for warmth. Hypothermia in a tropical country. Tomorrow's breaking news. I can't. Be serious. Lean in. I could huddle close for warmth. Ooh, it's worth it for the smirk, guys. Q blinks and arches an eyebrow. You see a spark of amusement in her eyes. Are you taking advantage of the situation? You grin, stepping closer. Suddenly, her face is only inches from yours. Maybe just a little. A second later, Q's leaning in, slow enough for you to pull back if you wanted. Why would we close the distance? When your lips meet and your hands go up to grip Q's hips, an involuntary tremor runs through her. You're almost certain it's not from the cold. A second later, a wave of water splashes into the bus stop, hitting the back of your legs. You step back only to catch the bus trundle away and disappear around the corner. Did y'all miss the bus? Oh my god. A moment later, your bus pulls up. You give Q a jaunty wave. You're just gonna leave her? Wow, I would. Q flounders and doesn't finish the sentence. Yep, I would leave. Bye! Because I'm a jerk. Bye. See you tomorrow. Q shakes her head at you. Can't believe it. You climb aboard cackling, but as the bus disappears around the bend, your heart does a loop-de-loop in your chest. From that day on, there's no turning back. You fall fast and hard for each other. You see each other every day and spend hours talking on the phone in the middle of the night. Messages exchanged in the margins of literature books, a dozen different ways to type I love you on a graphing calculator. Oh my gosh. Do y'all remember using the graphing calculators to like type out stupid stuff and like play games? Oh my god. We had nothing else to do, so we would just play the games on the calculators. And of course, like in some classes, you couldn't have a graphing calculator because they knew you were playing games or like doing something stupid, so they were like banned. Oh my god, takes me back. Also, probably dates me. It's so far from the kind of romance you'd been told to expect that you hadn't admitted it to yourself until it bludgeons you on the head. That's very descriptive. But in hindsight, the sweetness of sinking gently into that relationship will always be tainted by the memory of how things had soured between you. Oh god. What happened? Junie clears her throat, reminding you that she's still on the phone. So, you're coming to the class reunion, right? I mean... Yes, I'm over Q. The thought of seeing Q again makes my heart twist in complex ways. Let's go with that. Actually, let me look at this stat real quick. Romance and friendship, no! Oh, but the romance with Q is high. Okay, alright. It'd been years before you stopped itching to look her up on social media to see what she was doing. Now the curiosity resurfaces. Maybe you wouldn't be feeling like this if you still been happily in a relationship with Nat. But now, single again, you can't help but let yourself wonder what it would be like to see Q after all these years. Would she be dangerously similar to the person you'd fallen in love with as a teenager? Yay! Junie's exclamation nearly blows out your eardrums. Fortunately, you'd had the foresight to hold your phone an inch away from your ear. Having extracted your promise to attend the reunion, Junie hangs up a little while later. You fall asleep that night with your mind still swirling with memories of a life you thought you left behind. Oh, it's Christmas. Phuc sang. Okay, looks like seafood. The rest of Christmas unfolds the way it usually does. Hectic, noisy, your extended family asking you too many questions you don't have answers for. Halfway through dinner, you get a message from Nat, accompanied by a selfie with the dogs and Nat's parents out on a morning stroll. Merry Christmas. Oh my god, there's a heart. Hope you're eating all the chili crab on my behalf. Oh my god, I love him so much. If you want to call for a bit later tonight, let me know. Oh my god, why is he perfect? Nat is the one you marry. Shay is the one you fool around with. And Q is that like childhood romance that you just remember fondly. God, so many choices. The heart symbol in the message makes your heart throb, and you try to tell yourself it had probably been an accident. Frequently used emojis and fat thumbs. I don't think so. I think he meant it. There's also a message from Shay with the address of the show he's doing tonight as promised. Yo, heard from your mom that you're a musician too. Oh my god. Shut up. If you come tonight, you could totally guest star. He is exactly the same through text as he is in real life. Flirty, irreverent, teasing. You text back and forth for a bit before your mother glares at you. Reluctantly, you put your phone away until after dinner. Once dinner winds down, you head out of the restaurant with your family. Nat and Shay's messages await your reply. Not the choice! This choice is so hard. Do I have a call with Nat or do I go to the performance for Shay? What is comfortable and routine or something new and exciting? Oh my god. You know what? I love Nat. Truly I do. But my heart wants the fuckboy. So we're gonna go to Shay's performance. You text Shay to tell him that you'll be there and make your way to the address he'd sent. At the live music venue, okay. You soon arrive at Fat Dog Brewery. That's a name. The roadside burger place and live music venue where Shay and his band are performing. There's an open air patio with high tables and fairy lights strung up along the sides. You spot Shay just as he's about to follow his bandmates up on stage. Okay. I'm ready. My soul is ready. Oh my god. I hate him so much. And yet I still showed up. Shay flashes you a wide smile when he sees you. He's genuinely delighted as though he hadn't been sure you'd actually come. He's about to say more when his bandmates yell impatiently from the stage. Oi, flirt later. Gotta get this show started. Catch you in a bit. Enjoy the performance. Oh my god. I'm not ready. Shay hops up the stairs to join his bandmates. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look at them on stage. Also, that has to be an uncomfortable pose for this man. Like... The space facing the stage is already packed with people. With some creative maneuvering, you manage to weave your way towards the front. The first song starts with a snazzy drum beat and that explodes into a fast, rollicking melody. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. No, not Grandma got run over by a reindeer. It's a Christmas classic. The lyrics are absolutely ridiculous, and honestly, you'd expected nothing less from Shay. By the time the chorus comes around, most of the crowd is snorting with laughter and clapping or singing along. After the silly, upbeat opener, the band eases into a couple of original songs. Your gaze zeroes in on Shay as he effortlessly works his magic. You hadn't been sure what to expect when Shay had first asked you to come, but you're completely swept up by the music. Close to the end of the hour-long set, Shay's gaze picks you out amongst the crowd. I'd like to ask if a special guest would like to close out the night with us. Oh my god, never do this. You don't know if I'm prepared, if I want to do this. Sir, what? What are we doing? Oh my god, menace. A ripple of surprise oozes at this. Heads swivel in all directions, curious. I can't. Shay shoots you a warm, playful smile, waiting for your answer. I can't. This would be, I would leave. I would run out the door and leave. You would never catch me here again. I would never talk to this man again. But this is a game, so I can do whatever I want. Sure, why not? Loud cheering from the crowd as you climb on stage. When Shay introduces you to the crowd, they go wild for you. Someone cups their mouth and shouts, I love you, either a fan or a very drunk person. Shall we do Borrowed Time? Oh my god, does he know our music? You nod, surprised that Shay knows it, probably thanks to your mom, who tells everyone who will listen about your songs. This is an original song I wrote. It's about moments you wish could last forever. Oh my god! Once the audience quiets slightly, you give the signal to begin. You perform this song to a crowd dozens of times before, but it still gives you a thrill each and every time. Shay's guitar weaves a soaring thread through your voice. Then, in the second verse, Shay steps closer to share the microphone and joins in, voice harmonizing with yours. Oh my god. There's a raw undercurrent of vulnerability in Shay's voice that feels so intimate that you find yourself holding your breath, unable to look away. Oh my god, he's winning me over, guys. What does that say about me? But he's so genuine. The two of you trade the bridge back and forth, improvising a duet. You make instinctive adjustments, stretching some of the notes and shortening others, carving out space for Shay's voice and guitar, just as he does for you. The string lights illuminate Shay's face as he sings, face inches from yours. Oh my god. Okay. I can't. Your eyes flicker shut, and you let the music push you into dizzying freefall. The song sounds completely different from how you'd written it, but you like it this way. Two voices swirling around the deep, rich bones of drums and bass. Your heart stirs in response. Of course it does. For a moment, there's only you and Shay, and the electric pulse of music as it courses through your veins. Goosebumps rise up along your arms. In the third verse, Shay lifts the melody unexpectedly, climbing instead of falling, a question. You shift the tempo of the fourth and final verse to reframe the first, the same chord, but reversed in answer. Your voices lock on the last note of the song. Shay's molten gaze finds yours. Oh my god, I think I'm falling for this fuckboy. Oh my god. I'm weak to a man in leather who sings. Oh my god. The audience bursts into rapturous applause. You come up to stand beside Shay and his bandmates. Thank you. We are the 1 a.m. Le Pack Band. Merry Christmas, everybody. After the performance, you sit down on a small stool next to Shay. You're all still sweaty and breathless, but vibrating with the familiar post-show adrenaline. That was amazing. You were incredible. Oh my god, shut up. Shay holds your gaze for a beat too long, acknowledging the moment of wordless telepathic connection you'd both felt. You can still feel the echo of that last note lodged between your ribs. You introduce yourself to Shay's bandmates. Okay, the band is kind of cute too. I'm Kim Sang. Lice. Oh my gosh. I love them. You blink, unsure if you've heard the name correctly. It's because I get into your hair, and once I'm in your life, I'm impossible to get rid of. Okay, that is an awesome name. Conversation between the four of you flows easily over drinks. Kim Sang is laid back and easygoing, and Lice is delightfully blunt. So, are you the neighbor who keeps yelling at Shay about muddy bike tracks? Shay laughs, shaking his head. No, the mom's the one who yells at me. You snort, elbowing Shay. You talk about my mom and not about me? Oh my god, I love them. You jealous? Don't worry, Shay talks about you too. He made us watch all your YouTube music videos yesterday. Wow. Obsessed much? Did we do the song justice? You nod, smiling as you recall how the song had been transformed. I loved it. We should record that version together. You didn't realize this was something you'd been missing, but tonight, playing music with Shay and his bandmates, you feel seen in a way you haven't in a long time. Oh my gosh. Why are you guys called 1 a.m. Lepak Band? Lepak is the Malay word for chill or slack off, but maybe there's a story to the name. One night, about 2 years ago, Lice and I were performing at a bar in Bugis. That was before I was part of the band. They had a different drummer then. The amp blew. We were getting a lukewarm reaction from the crowd. At some point, some drunk man stands up and shouts, "Go sell insurance or something, losers." Wow, that's so rude. Fast forward to after the performance, we head to a coffee shop and our drummer quits. She said, "We're just a bunch of friends who live hack and play music together. That's not a real job." You nod sympathetically. Your parents and extended family have expressed similar sentiments on more than one occasion. Obviously, she meant it negatively, but I overheard the conversation and thought it sounded like fun. He pulls up a chair next to us, we start talking, and the 1 a.m. Lepak band was born. Okay, that is such a cute story. Shay grins at you. You're welcome to join the band anytime. Oh my god, shut up! Lice and Kim sang snort, and after a beat, you laugh too. I'll keep that in mind. At some point, after polishing off the drinks and food, the 4 of you join the throng of people dancing in front of the stage. Oh my god. This is everything. Okay, we're gonna dance with Shay. At some point, the 2 of you lose Kim Sang and Lice in the crowd. Guys, there's a CG! There's a CG! I wasn't ready. Look at him! Oh my god, his stupid little bun! His smile! His face! I'm sorry, I'm down bad. There's no saving me. Let me drown in this. Oh my god, and the way the light hits his eyes, oh my god. Shay steps closer, taking your hand. Is this okay? More than okay. You nod, skin tingling just slightly from the contact. The 2 of you dance till your head's spinning in a whirl of color and sound. Oh my god. Then the singer croons something about tropical Christmas, kisses on a beach under palm fronds. Shay's gaze shifts down to your lips, and he makes no move to hide it. Oh my god. Kiss him! Kiss him! Maybe it's the alcohol. Maybe it's the atmosphere or the way Shay's looking at you. Whatever it is, the kiss sends electricity shooting down your spine all the way to your toes. Yes! Get it, sis! Around you, everyone else melts away in a blur of motion. When you finally pull back, Shay continues to rest his forehead on yours for a while longer, tracing a thumb slowly along your lower lip. Oh my god, this is so intimate. I love it. I don't want anything else, no notes. I've wanted to do that since the moment we met. Oh my god. Why does he have me swooning like this? Oh my god. Was it what you imagined? That and more. Oh my god. I love him so much. As the song winds to a close, you rejoin Shay's bandmates at the table. You catch Lice and Kim Sang looking at you curiously, but at your self-conscious expression. Lice rolls her eyes and waves a hand at you. Don't worry, nothing I haven't seen before. Shay laughs, shaking his head. Oh my god. You guys are the worst wingmen ever. The 3 of them devolve into good-natured bickering. Eventually, you decide to call it a night. It's getting late, and the venue has begun to empty out. Okay. Instead of taking a taxi back, you'd accepted a ride back from Shay on his motorbike? I cannot. Why are we doing this? Ah! Cool wind buffets your face, and the engine thrums beneath you. You're beginning to relax, taking in the Christmas lights, when the bike suddenly sails over a speed bump. You get a millisecond of airtime before hitting the ground again and nearly crashing into Shay's back. Shay laughs, but doesn't take his eyes off the road. You can hold on to me if you want. Shut up! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Put my arms around his waist. Shay leans back slightly so you can feel his warm body against yours. Oh my god. You rest your chin on his shoulder. Enjoying the ride? Shut up, loser! Stop seducing me! Shut up! So much I'm considering getting myself a motorbike. Shay chuckles. At the next stoplight, he looks over at you, dark eyes sparkling. In the meantime, I'd be happy to take you on as many joy rides as you want. I mean, there's something I would like to ride, and it's not your motorbike, sir. Shay makes another wide turn. The swooping sensation makes your pulse race, and your grip around Shay's waist tightens just a little. My aunt used to fetch me around on her motorbike as a kid. She'd call it eating air. As the bike flies along the nearly empty roads, you taste the crisp night air on your tongue. I can see why she'd call it that. The ride is almost too short. Before you know it, Shay pulls into the car park of your apartment block. Oh gosh. I had a really nice time tonight, me too. He looks hopefully at you. Wanna come over to my place? Guys, it's happening! Yes! Yes, I do! Okay, I don't want the night to end just yet. We're saving. Yes, I don't want the night to end just yet. Shay's eyes light up in genuine excitement. He takes your hand, and the two of you walk towards the lift lobby where you'd first met. Yo, our moms is gonna be so disappointed. But you know what? I don't care. It's been a long time since you'd felt this thrumming, pulsing electricity with someone other than Nate. You push aside this thought and look around the room. It's crowded with all sorts of posters and, as expected, plants of various shapes and sizes. There's a guitar hanging on the wall and even an old vinyl record player on the side table. If you're wondering, I've recently installed some soundproofing so the neighbors don't complain about the jamming sessions. Sir, that is not why you have soundproofing in your bedroom. Stop playing. Occasionally, it comes in handy for other activities too. Shut up. Stop. Sir, stop. Please stop. You snort, punching him in the arm. Shay laughs and puts a canto pop record on. A smoky, velvety baritone fills the room. Oh my God. Okay. Walk Shay towards the bed, smiling, intimate. Snuggle in bed and enjoy the music together. Sit on the edge of Shay's bed, chatting. Okay, I love that there are different levels of intimacy for your comfort level. You can smash Shay. You can just cuddle together, which is infinitely more intimate to me, but whatever. Or you could just sit on the bed chatting. You don't have to have snoo. And I appreciate that. But I'm horny. So let's go to the bed, please. You press a hand to Shay's chest, walking him towards the bed. When the back of his knees hit the bed, he grins, cornered. Yes. Kiss me. Oh my God. I'm dead, guys. Ah! Blood pools at your gut. You don't need to be asked twice. This time, the kiss is open-mouthed, hungry and a little sloppy. You taste the gin and lime on Shay's lips. Every last shred of your caution falls away in a haze of desire. Shay's hands slide down your body to your hips, then pause at the hem of your shirt. Oh my God, this is Christmas. This is a family holiday, and we are spending it with a man we just met yesterday. Yes. He breaks away long enough to look at you, eyes hooded. May I? Yes. Oh my God. And consent? There's nothing sexier than consent. Yes, please. You nod, letting out a soft hum of breath when Shay strips off your shirt, his clothes joining yours in a heap by the bed. Shay tips you over onto the bed, and things progress very quickly after that. A while later. How long later? Gradually, the two of you come down from your highs, breathing evening out. Your body still tingles with residual pleasure, completely loose and boneless. Wow, okay. Shay lends you a fresh set of clothes, and the two of you settle back into bed next to each other. Shay rests a head on your shoulder, smiling. Not the Knicks jersey! You know, I was expecting you to be good, but that was a tad better than good. Okay. Just say it was amazing, okay? Tad better than good sounded like a lot more than that a couple of minutes ago. Ooh, I love a sassy MC. Let's go. Shay laughs and wraps an arm around you, scooting closer. He traces his fingers along your body, mapping its contours. I can't. This is great. Leslie Chung's voice floats through the room, ethereal and wistful. Shay's so close that you can feel the warmth from his skin. I'd very much like it if you stayed over tonight. Oh my God. And he wants to cuddle afterwards. Oh my God. This is too much. This is too much of a good time for me. I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna start begging other devs to do stuff like this because, yes. Yeah, absolutely. The two of you curl into each other, the last song fading into a quiet hush. Night. Oh my gosh. You shut your eyes, listening to Shay's even breaths until a dream tugs at the edges of your consciousness. Oh my gosh. You woke up to sunlight streaming in from the window. You blink blearily, orienting yourself in the unfamiliar room. Memories of last night come back to you in little snatches. Shay's still fast asleep, smiling faintly. Whatever dream he's having, it must be a good one. I don't think this man is dreaming. He's just reminiscing over the night we shared. You turn onto your side, watching the dappled morning light cast dancing shadows across Shay's face. Smile. I could do more mornings like this. Take things as they come. A sharp twinge of regret fills me. I'm not ready for this. Girl, no. You know what? Honestly, that is a very realistic choice. We just broke up with Nat, and we're still kind of trying to deal with those feelings and emotions. Also, the prospect of seeing Q again makes things even more complicated. So the more realistic choice is the regret. But this is a game. There is no regret. I mean, I could do more mornings like this. A buoyant, floating feeling spreads itself through your body. Your heart swells with an irrational fondness for this person you've only just met. You no longer believe in love at first sight or soulmates, but you can't deny how quickly you'd been drawn to Shay. Oh my god. You like the way he makes you laugh, the way he'd eased into your chest. You hadn't felt so comfortable with anyone but Nat in a long time. Last night's intimacy had felt new and unfamiliar, but maybe you needed that. You're up early. Did we not tire each other out enough last night? Shut up, dork. I can't. Oh my god. Caught. His voice is low and teasing, still rough from sleep. Oh my god. Shay reaches out to trace his thumb along the curve of your jaw, making your entire body tingle. I can't. I don't know how to feel. Oh my god. I love him already. What are you doing? I want to remember this. All of this. Oh my god. His eyes are so soft. Oh my god. Do you use that line on everyone you sleep with? Shay tilts his chin, gaze impossibly soft. Just you. Uh-huh. The sun slowly lifts itself above the horizon, setting the sky ablaze with color. Eventually, you both sit up. Stay for breakfast? Oh my god, he's gonna make us breakfast, guys. I fear he might be perfect. You're tempted to say yes, but you know you should really be getting back home. It might already be too late to pretend you'd gone home last night. Shay picks your discarded clothes from the ground, passing them over. I'd like to see you again, though. Shay scoots a little closer, expression hopeful. There's a boxing gym I go to in Gaylong. Okay, first off, I'm not working out with you, but I would love to watch you work out. You want to come with me? We could have dinner after. Oh my god, he's asking us on a date. Guys, why would anybody say no? You raise an eyebrow and Shay laughs. I know it sounds like I'm suggesting it so I can beat you up, but it'll be fun, I promise. Even lice think so, and they hate exercise. Okay. You know what? I like Shay. Yeah, let's make plans. First, you steal my lift. Now you drag me somewhere to beat me up. But your tone is teasing, and Shay's eyes sparkle. You won't regret it. Ah! After breakfast. To appease your mother after your disappearance last night, you spend most of the day with your family. That afternoon, the four of you play mahjong. The Christmas presents from your extended family stacked in a pile between you. Winner takes all. To nobody's surprise, your mother ends up winning by a big margin. As a result, she's in such a good mood that she doesn't even complain that much when you tell her you're eating out with your old junior college friends. Okay. When evening rolls around, you meet Junie by the river as promised. Oh my god, Junie is so cute. Ah, I love Junie. People are going to be so excited to see you. It's been years. The two of you stroll along the river to the restaurant where you'll be meeting the rest of your classmates. Hey, maybe this is the day you and Q finally get over the bad blood between you. You've never actually told her what went down all those years ago, even though you suspect Junie guesses some parts of it. Okay, so finally some backstory. In the months leading up to the national examinations at the end of junior college, Q and you spent most of your waking hours after school studying together. Amidst the whirlwind of classes, mock exams, and college applications, you and Q fall even more in love. Aww. One afternoon, the two of you head to the library after class, but the air conditioning isn't working. Ugh. Your brother had invited some friends over, so your house is out. I guess we can go to my place. My mom's out with friends today. She'll be back late. Oh, okay. You brighten. Q hasn't invited you over in weeks because her parents are going through a rough patch, and she has been spending as little time as possible at home. All you know is that Q's mom had found out about her dad cheating. Q never wants to talk about it. Oh, I wouldn't either. Sure. Can we make dumplings for dinner together? Aw, this is so domestic. As far as you're concerned, that recipe is the only worthwhile thing Q ever inherited from her mother. I swear, it's the only reason why you continue to hang out with me, among other things. You slip your hand into Q's, fingers lacing together as you head towards the bus stop. You settle down next to Q at her dining table. The two of you work mostly in companionable silence. You're finishing up a chemistry assignment and Q's doing a literature mock paper. After 2 hours, your attention slowly begins to wander. Q looks up, narrowing her eyes at you. I can feel your gaze from here. She looks up at you, lips curling into a crooked smile. You promise not to be distracting. You're the one being distracting. You see Q's throat bob up and down as she swallows, gaze growing thick. I've still got 5 more minutes on my practice test. Oh my gosh. When you move a little closer, thigh pressing against Q's, you see a small flicker of desire dance across her features in response. Oh my god. Okay. Kiss her! Q makes a small noise and kisses you back hungrily. Her hands come up to grip your jaw, and all the blood pools in your gut. Oh my god, not the mom catching us! Oh no, maybe I shouldn't have kissed her. Judging by her horrified expression, she has definitely seen everything. Q hastily lets go of you and steps back. She tries to school her expression into something fairly neutral, but you know her well enough to see the panic in her dark eyes. Oh no. Shit. There's a long and terrible silence. Oh no. Q doesn't tear her eyes from her mother, and an entire conversation seems to be had in your presence, except you have no idea what's being said. Finally, Q's mom rounds on you. Oh, trigger warning. Homophobia. I knew there was something wrong with you. What? No, it's not what you think. You'll never know what Q had intended to say because Q's mother cuts her off. She holds nothing back. The Mandarin words come at you sharp and fast like throwing knives. Jesus. In English, Miss Lin has always been hard and derisive. But in Mandarin, she is a force to behold, a typhoon, sweeping and tempestuous. Oh my god. You think this is love? Oh god. Beneath the surface of fury, you see a pang of fear and repulsion in her face that makes your gut twist. Oh god. Q is not like you. One day she'll wake up, one day, and see this for what it is, a perversion. Oh my god. Ugh. I read a BL that went this way and it was so sad. She spits the last sentence at you. The words wedge like barbs in your heart, sinking deep into the soft flesh, slicing all the way through. Oh. Go straight for the jugular. That's rich. You're lecturing me about love? Yes! Be disrespectful. If you're gonna be disrespectful to me, I'm gonna be disrespectful to you. The fury that's coursing through your veins makes you want to lash out and set everything aflame. You deliver the blow that you know will put an end to any semblance of a chance you ever had of winning Q's mother over. You probably never had a chance anyway, and at this point, you no longer care. That's rich. You're lecturing me about love? You meet her gaze coldly, with the insinuation lodged in your tone, and you know she knows exactly what you're alluding to. Yes! You hear the harsh intake of breath from Q, see the clenching of her jaw. The surprise, betrayal, and eventual disappointment on her face stings, but you grit your teeth and stand your ground. When Q's mother lets out a bitter laugh and her eyes meet yours, staring you down, believe me, I know about mistakes disguised as love. Those are the worst kind. Ooh. She picks up your bag from the ground and hands it to you. She's like, get out. Go. This is the last I want to see or hear of you. Ooh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Everybody hydrate. That was intense. Through it all, Q says nothing, just stares at you, dark eyes swirling. This, more than anything else, is what breaks your heart. Oh God. You bite down so hard into your lower lip that you taste the metallic taste of blood. Okay. Now I see why Q is the one that got away. There is no coming back from that. I know you don't understand my parents, and I know you don't like them. Oh God. But I told you about the affair because I was upset, not so you could throw it in my mother's face. You let out a strangled snort of disbelief, feeling the disappointment and anger twist like a vine in your stomach, squeezing so tight you can barely breathe. You're coming after me after everything your mother said? Mm-mm. You realize that for as long as the specter of Q's parents' pride and their expectations hang over her like a noose, Q will never be happy. And you'll always be collateral damage. This realization turns into a cold, hard pebble in your gut. You shake your head, staring straight into Q's eyes. Oh my God. Grow a goddamn backbone. Ooh. Ah. I want it to be hard for the mom, but not to Q. Q catches your arm, voice breaking. Don't make me choose between you and everything else. I can't. I mean, that is a hard thing to ask somebody to do as a high school student. So I kind of see where Q is coming from, but I also am like, sis. Your heart, made brittle by everything that had happened yesterday, finally shatters completely. I'm not the one making this an either or situation. Don't pin this on me. Q's face is wan, making the dark circles more obvious. Had she gotten any sleep last night? No. Like, you cannot put somebody in this situation. Yeah. We'll just not hang out in my house. I'll tell my parents I'm studying outside alone. Nothing has to change. I'm also not going to be a secret, though. I'm also, like, I understand why the MC is upset, because they don't want to hide. They like Q. They love Q. They want to be open about the relationship, but Q also has to deal with their parents and their expectations. And you can't expect Q to just say, F that, and be open about the relationship. They are not in a position to do that, not as a high schooler. And it's also not fair to the MC to ask them to be a secret relationship either. It's just unfair on all sides. An easy fix, as long as you stay within the clean lines of Q's boundaries and never ask for more. Q would pretend the problem doesn't exist. Yeah, no. Nod because fuck, I'd rather have something than nothing at all. That's a very, like, childish response. Like, this is not healthy. This is not good for anybody in the long run. It would just end badly. No, if that's all I'll ever have, I'd rather walk away now. Yeah. No. You know it's over. There's no going back after this. The damage is done. In place of the heady, giddy feeling of falling in love, being in love, there's only the hollow, gnawing feeling of betrayal. Now it's about your grades. Next, it'll be your career. But underneath it all, there'll always be the chokehold of your parents, their expectations of what your life should look like. You'll have to pick, and I'll be the one that gets dropped. Oh, God, this is so hard. There's a long silence. If Q had said something then, anything to refute this, you might not have walked away. But she doesn't. So you turn and you don't look back. Oof. The next few days morph into weeks. You still see Q in class, and sometimes after school, but you barely talk to each other. The haunted look in Q's eyes never goes away. You stop dreaming about the future you could have shared with Q. Instead, you pour all of your energy into studying, just to fill the hole in your heart that had once been reserved for Q. Oh my God, this is heartbreaking. Nothing feels the same, but you lie to yourself that if you can just make it through the exams, earn your ticket out of Singapore, you'll leave all the pain behind. Did we leave the country because of Q? Oh my God, no. Soon classes come to an end, you take your exams and leave the rest up to fate. In the end, you get a full scholarship to NYU, and you hear that Q's headed to the best law school program in the country. Once, you might have hesitated at the thought of accepting an offer that would bring you halfway around the world for 4 years. But those days are long over. You submit your official acceptance to NYU, eager to reinvent yourself in a new city. That's the last you see of Q. Oh my God. You and Junie have both stopped walking. Junie had listened to the entire story without interrupting, but now she rests a hand on your shoulder and squeezes. Damn, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Q told me some of it, but I hadn't realized it was so bad. Junie pulls you into a hug and you let yourself relax into the embrace. You do feel a little lighter now that you've told Junie about what had happened. You gonna be okay later if Q shows up? Junie jerks a thumb the way you'd come. Because if you'd like to bail, I know the best Burmese place down that way. Oh my gosh, I love Junie. Get you a bestie that is willing to just be like, let's just go somewhere else. Let's just get food, you know? And vibe. I'll be fine. Will we? The restaurant is all sleek, black, and white lines and dark mahogany. The space thrums with Christmas Eve energy. Clinking glasses, bursts of laughter, murmur of low conversation. You scan the sleek interior until you spot familiar faces at the corner booth. Oh, who's this? Tech, your classmate and Junie's boyfriend. Really? They're still together? Damn, Junie, I see you. I see you, girl. You're heading towards the table with the two of them when the door swings open again. Something instinct, perhaps, or maybe just bad timing makes you turn to look. It's Q, isn't it? Oh my God, Q is a baddie. Ah! Q stands silhouetted in the doorway. The smile on your face freezes in place. Time slows. Q's eyes meet yours, and all the air whooshes out of your lungs. Her dark gaze is exactly how you remember it, turbulent, depthless, and frustratingly unreadable. You let your eyes trace the hard, angular structure of her cheekbones and jaw down to her tailored shirt and pants. It all speaks subtly of success and power and prestige, all the things Q's parents had always wished for, no, expected of her. You hear she's a public prosecutor now. Not a prosecutor! Oh my God, what? Why do prosecutors always look like this? Like, Ace Attorney, just in legal dramas, like Law and Order. Like, prosecutors always look so hot. It's a thing. Is there like an unwritten rule that all prosecutors must be attractive? It is giving Edgeworth, though. And yet, in the subtle softening of her eyes as she holds your gaze, you see traces of the Q you once knew. There's a hollow ache in your chest. Slowly, Q lifts her chin and her lips curl up into a wry, almost cryptic smile. I was starting to think I'd never see you again. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? No, we're not gonna be honest. Me too. It's been a while. Nah, you gotta earn this. Emotions surge beneath your placid surface as you stare at Q, the first person you'd fallen in love with, and the first person to break your heart. But you surprise yourself by giving absolutely nothing away. When you respond, your gaze is level. Me too. It's been a while. Your tone is cool. You're determined not to give Q the satisfaction of knowing the effect she still has on you. Q presses her lips together and you see a vein in her neck pulse. Yeah, I did not forget. Q pushes a strand of hair out of her eyes. You recognize the tick. She does it when she's nervous or uncertain, and there'd been a time you'd found it impossibly endearing. After chatting for a while, Q's gaze slides to the table where your classmates are seated, watching the two of you with undisguised curiosity. Nosy? She tilts her chin to the back exit. Can we talk outside for a bit? Oh my god. My throat goes dry, but I know. Sounds like use humor as a shield. Sounds like the start of a murder mystery. Let's go with that. That's more me. You're beginning to panic, so you reach for humor as a coping mechanism. Sounds like the start of every murder mystery. Q laughs, shaking her head. I promise I don't plan on killing you. So, no promises that you won't do it accidentally? Q cracks a smile at this. Okay, I promise I won't do it accidentally either. You wave a hand in front of you, trying to hide how your heart rate's beginning to quicken. All right, then. Lead the way. You follow Q out the back door of the restaurant into the alley. The door swings shut behind you, shutting off the noise. The alley is almost empty, save for several lonely pigeons pecking the ground for invisible food scraps. The crescent moon hangs like a silver comma between the rooftops of old shop houses. The back doors are flanked by a motley arrangement of dented garbage bins, air conditioning compressor units, and plastic chairs well worn from countless smoke breaks. For a while, the two of you stare at each other without speaking. Once, almost 10,000 miles of sea had stood between you and the past that you'd fought so hard to leave behind. Now Q is standing so close you can smell the familiar scent of her soap. True to character, she hasn't changed it even after all these years. Not the soap. You smell very clean. You step back, trying to render her proximity less overpowering. You don't want to be reminded of sweeter times, simpler times, times when touching Q, loving Q, had been as natural as breathing. Okay, we're outside. What did you want to say? Q takes a deep breath, and something shifts in her expression. Whatever had remained of her hard exterior crumbles to dust in front of you. I wanted to apologize for the way things ended. Your heart drops to the pit of your stomach. I assumed you'd always be in my life. I was 18 and stupid, and Q keeps going, words coming out rough and unpracticed. I thought I could do what my parents wanted. I achieved everything on their list, ticked them off one by one. It didn't make me feel anything. Obviously. I thought I could come back for the things that actually made me happy afterwards. If you let opportunities pass by, you oftentimes don't get the opportunity to go back, which is why you should seize the opportunities you want when you can. But by then, you were already gone. You think of that afternoon in Q's house, everything that Q's mother had said and everything that Q had not. You look at Q for a long moment without saying anything, palms sweating in the humid night air. I never stopped wondering if things would have turned out differently if I had said something then, if I had asked you to stay all those years ago. My throat closes up in anger. No, you don't get to do this. I'm sorry. Okay. And that's why you seized that musician. Exactly. Okay. I had a situation like this with an ex where they called wanting kind of closure on our breakup, which was not the best. And at that point, I was already done. I'd already moved on. And it kind of made me a little mad that they could just insert themselves into my life like that and just expect whatever. And that's what makes me less sympathetic to Q. It's like, no, you don't get to do this. You don't get to come into my life and try to do this when I'm living my life. I've made the choices that I'm comfortable with and I'm happy with, and I'm not giving you the license to just reinsert yourself back into my life and act like you can get forgiveness for this. Like, no, you made your choice back then, and I'm not available to you for this. So that's the choice that I'm leaning towards, but it's not nearly as mean as shake my head coldly. You made your decision, I made mine, now we live with it. Like, it's more of a like exasperated kind of like, you can't do this. I can't have you doing this right now. Like, I can't even process this. So yeah, I'm gonna go with option 2. No. You don't get to waltz in and out of my life whenever you want and expect me to roll out the red carpet for you. That part. Your voice is sharp as a knife blade. You think of all the weeks, months you had wasted trying to forget Q. It's been years, Q. Congrats on your big epiphany, but I've built a life after you. You wonder if your congratulations hits Q as hard as hers had. Q absorbs all your anger, pain glimmering in her eyes, but she doesn't look away. I get that it's too late. Too late for me to have said something that day in my mother's living room. Too late to ask you not to go to New York. But when Junie told me you'd be here today, I knew I had to try to talk to you this time at least. Unlike all the other times Q gives up before you do, this time Q lifts her chin. All I'm asking is lunch this week. That's all it has to be. It's not even that I want the MC to move on. It's just Q really would have to work, because after what happened back then at such a formative time with such a formative relationship, to have it end that way, that kind of affects every other relationship after that point. And it's just, it would be too easy to give into the feelings and like let Q end this easily. I really want Q to work. And again, it's because I've literally been in a situation like this, and I'm like, you have to protect your peace. You have to protect your space and your boundaries. And you can't let someone who's hurt you like that just waltz back in and just expect forgiveness, expect to be let back in like they were. Like, and I don't think Q is asking for that. I would need more time. This is the first time we've seen each other in years. Like, we need time. I need time. I'm singing Katy Perry though. The one that got away. I can't. All right. I'm going to go with shake my head. There's no point. You think of the happiness that had sprouted up in the space Q had left behind. It took me a very long time to pick up the pieces after you. Our lives don't intersect anymore, and they don't need to. Q's lower lip trembles. There's strength and quiet pride in her gaze, all the things you'd once loved her for. But this time there's something else, a softness that you don't recognize. The two of you stand face to face for several more heartbeats. You let the silence hold the words you won't say to each other. Then you turn towards the back door of the restaurant and tilt your chin at Q. We should head back in. Q nods. You leave the ghost of your past with the pigeons in the alley, shutting the door behind you. Okay, that is beautiful writing and imagery. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Love it. Back at home, oh God. That night, when you return home, you realize that everyone's been asking you the same question. Are you staying this time? Q had asked it first, before you'd left for New York, then nearly a decade later. Nat on a hot afternoon at the beach, then a snowy street in New York. Shay, as you danced with him in a throng of people, and in the privacy of his room the next morning. For years, you've been living in the space between cities, between a past that you can't forget and a future that's just out of reach. Tomorrow, you'll wake up in your childhood bedroom with 4 days left in Singapore before the new year. As you walk from the car park to your apartment, you wonder what it would take to finally arrive at an answer to that question. No! Is that the end? No! Ah, that was so good. That was crazy good. The writing is so good for this. Based on your choices in this playthrough, these scenes will be available in the full game. What scenes? Spend time with Nat and see if there's anything left to save. Wait, Nat comes to Singapore? Go boxing with Shay and have dinner. Oh my God. Have a follow-up conversation with your mother about what she said in the kitchen. And many more scenes. Different choices might unlock other scenes in another playthrough. Catch up with Q over lunch. The full game releases in winter 2026. Oh my God. That was so good. Okay. That was phenomenal. I am in love with this. Okay, I know I was talking all kinds of crap about this being a Christmas game, but like, Christmas barely even factors into the story. This was so good. Merry Crisis is such a good story. I love the writing. I love how they handle these difficult relationships, these messy relationships. A lot of times with romance games, they like to make everything very black and white. You meet somebody, you fall in love, everything's happily ever after, but rarely are real relationships so cut and dry. They're messy. There's all this nuance to these interactions. People break up, but the feelings are still there, and you still have to kind of deal with the messiness of attachments, even though the relationship has ended, and how that affects you moving forward. And I love that this game highlights those situations and those relationships. And it's hard. It's hard to make these choices because you know that, like, there are consequences, and these characters don't feel like characters, they feel like people. And I don't want to hurt them necessarily, but I want to be honest with my feelings about the situation. Like with Q, it's like, I understand that it was a different situation. It was a difficult situation for everybody, for both sides. But I can't let myself hold on to the past because now you're suddenly ready to pursue what we had all those years ago. Like, I've moved on, things have changed, I'm not the same person, and you can't just expect to come back into my life and pick up the pieces like nothing changed. And with with Nat, it's like they broke up amicably. There's still feelings there. It wasn't like it was a clean break, like they were both just out of love. It was just they were moving in different directions. And even though they know in their heads that they're in different places, those feelings, those attachments still make it difficult to fully move on. And I'm queen of mixed signals with Nat because I'm over here kissing this man on the cheek, knowing full well that he still has feelings for me and I still have feelings for him. And with Shay is the promise of something new, something exciting, something different that we never really allowed ourselves to have. Like, Q is very much safe and love, and Nat's definitely safe and comfortable for us. But Q was kind of that first love, those first bubbly emotions, the first fluttering in your chest, everything was new and fresh. And you were naive. And then with Shay, it's like you've had this experience. You've seen both sides of it. You've had the heartbreak. You've had a good relationship. And now you just want to try something exciting and new and see where that takes you. And I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I think Shay might be the better option for our protagonist right now, given the circumstances of these other relationships. But I'm here for it. I also really love that you can choose the genders of the LIs. That is such a fun idea. I don't know why more people don't do that. Like, being able to tailor the love interest to your taste is such a fun idea. And having the story reflect your choices and your histories with these characters is like really great. And how other characters react to your relationships with them. Like, oh my God. This is just such a good idea, such a good demo. I am definitely going to be playing this when it comes out in the winter time, I'm assuming. So definitely keep an eye on this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you had fun. All right, homies. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you all had fun. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods, and I will catch you all next time. All right, y'all. Bye.